From polls to pills, when Obamacare, the diagnosis is still pretty anemic. The administration is trying to put a positive spin on lackluster web enrollment, but people aren't falling for the old charm, and neither are we. We are the independents. Welcome to the greatest hour of your day. Or at least a nice respite from the constant left-right slugfest. My name is Kennedy. I'm joined by avowed libertarian superhero cohorts, Matt Welch, who edits Reason magazine, and Kmele Foster from Free Think Media, who's taken names and fighting for freedom one issue at a time. I said it. I'll say it again. We want the government out of our wallets and our bedrooms. You can join us, though, because we're kinky that way. We also like having liberals and conservatives on to have their say. And with us from the right, it's Ford O'Connell, a former McCain-Palin campaign advisor. That must have been a fun job. And author of Hail Mary, the 10-step playbook for Republican recovery. And from the left, it's Steve Laser, host of the radio show Making Sense with Steve Laser. And first up, gentleman of the evening. Man, it's an all-male panel. I like my odds. But Obamacare. The president can't shake it. It's like a wad of toilet paper stuck to the bottom of a shoe. What's going on with the numbers?
They're trying to, the administration, Kathleen Sebelius, is trying to show a bunch of new numbers. 1.2 million Americans have now kind of enrolled in Obamacare semi-successfully. Is it
Obamacare? Is it Medicaid? Are they enrolled? Are they just browsing? Have they signed up? Do they have insurance?
Very few of them ultimately have gone entirely through the process, signed up in the back end, and are now officially enrolled in a new system. So it's a lot better than it was in October, but that's really kind of grading on a very short and bad scale.
The numbers have gone up, but Sebelius now pretty much wants to investigate herself. She's calling for an investigation on the contracting business.
Right.
Should she get out the self-speculum?
Narrative emerging where they're trying to blame the contractors for all of the mistakes that happened. It's actually quite hilarious to watch this entire thing happen. The notion of having hearings to discuss what is demonstrably obvious to anyone with half a brain is kind of absurd. Had this been a private company building healthcare.gov, everyone would have expected beta testers, someone to actually take a look at this sometime before it rolled out, maybe a narrow, well-defined set of requirements. None of that happened. They did the regular old government kitchen sink approach to software development, and yet they got a predictably bad result.
Yeah, $600 million.
Yeah.
All right, so
677 according to Gal.
Yeah, that's almost $700 million.
That's what more than LinkedIn's sank in, more than Facebook and Twitter went through in the first 5 years. We're only at 3.5 now.
Kind of incredible.
But you want what the best part is? You hear that clapping? That's Republicans in the background going, "My gosh, man! If I can keep the car between the two white lines, I can retake the Senate in 2014." And Landrew's cowering, going, "Oh my gosh, somebody please save me!" But guess what? Here's the deal.
All right, baby, break it down. Because I know you're getting all serious with the quiet voice. Yes,
800,000 Medicaid. Let's give you 1.2 million. We'll give you the 800,000 Medicaid. Through 2 months, we've actually had a net increase in the number of uninsured Americans. Oh my gosh, what an achievement! The president, greatest thing, good for his legacy.
So this is the repeal narrative, and I've heard this a lot.
I didn't say the repeal.
This is my big qualm with Republicans, and I agree. Healthcare.gov, total debacle.
Oh, the website's just the best part, though.
Where is the replacement narrative? Had I seen Republicans
Who
putting
says
a tenth
that the role
of
the government is to actually take care of health care, though?
Again, well, if that's the case, that's fine.
No, that's
what is repeal?
Okay,
no, exactly. Gallup says 56% of Americans say
you're actually arguing for status quo.
As much as I like man-on-man action, I want to hear what Steve has to say. Before I disagree with you, go ahead.
23 million to 39 million people have visited the website. As you said, 1.2 million have gone through the sign-up process. You know what this says to me? First of all, it says to me that Americans need health care. They want to sign up for Obamacare. And quite frankly, over the next couple of few months, they're going to get to do that. And I'll tell you, Ford, I know, is looking forward to 2014. But you know what? I'm looking forward to 2014 because by the time 2014 comes around, just about every single American in this country is going to know somebody who didn't have health care before this website, before this program.
I disagree with you.
Okay, now, Steve, okay, hold on 1 second, folks. I'm going to let you get to this, baby, because I know you're chomping at the bit.
I'm champing.
I like your passion. But hold on. I'm losing my health care January 1st. It's done. I have tried to get replacement insurance. I haven't gotten it yet. And it is a direct result of Obamacare. It wasn't junk insurance. It was great insurance. I really liked it. But what am I going to do with 2 kids? Have fun, sister?
No, you have another 2 to 3 months to sign up through the exchange. You're going to be able to do that. You're going to get a great health insurance program through the exchange. And, most of the folks actually who have been in that situation, Media Matters, the company went back and talked to them all, and it's mostly the ones who were
that's
were
a
upset.
trustworthy organization.
They are very trustworthy.
Media
I love
Matters.
those folks
You know what?
over there.
That's where I get all my
those folks
facts
but those folks who
guidance.
have initially complained, they actually hadn't checked the exchange.
If you're going to
yet.
live
When
and
they looked at
die,
the exchange,
if you're going to live and die by those anecdotes, you're going to die.
And they found out what they qualified for. They were actually quite happy with what they qualified for.
Put the Republicans back into power, and it's sort of like 1980 with the hostages. We'll bring home the hostages.
Again,
we'll fix the problem.
Let's go to some of the Reason Roop numbers. 55% of Americans want the old healthcare system back. That's in diametric opposition to exactly what you're saying. 58% say that healthcare.gov is not going well.
This is amazing to me, right? The healthcare system as it existed in 2010 was not my friend. I think hopefully we can all agree that the healthcare system in this country leaves a lot to be desired. It doesn't insure as many people as it should. It's too expensive. It's totally convoluted. We don't know what we're paying for whenever we go to the doctor. And now 55%, according to this Reason Root poll, would rather have that than the mess that we have now. And we're talking about independents. 59% of independents, and this is what keeping Democrats up at night, think that they prefer what would happen in 2010. These are terrible, terrible political numbers, and they have ramifications. They are terrible numbers.
Okay,
those numbers don't disturb me at all. It's 2 months away from those policies going into effect.
Before everybody else learning that their situation is going to get worse.
I'm looking forward
You've
to it.
got 5 times more people kicked off insurance than you put on in Medicaid, and Medicaid doesn't even go to the sustainability of the exchange.
It's just the beginning. By the time these folks get on, we're going to be in good shape.
Successfully have Democrats playing statistical dodgeball. I still don't see you guys articulating and getting behind an actual program that can improve matters. As Matt already pointed out, the status quo was a problem. 200,000 people a year prior to Obamacare dying because of medical mistakes, preventable medical injuries. That's the kind of healthcare system we had, along with price inflation that was totally unsustainable. The status quo before
but you're not
wasn't an
actually
option.
talking about
what are the solutions?
But in addition to those 200,000 that were dying because
we need cost
of
containment.
mistakes.
You guys don't have an answer for the 200,000.
Yes, well, listen, 50 to 60,000 were probably dying because they didn't have health care at all.
They have to. They have no choice. They have no choice.
Well, 200 plus 60.
We're going to have to go in there and go for a cost
A
containment.
bunch of dudes. What is it? A hammer swinging contest? I grew up in Oregon. It's a logging reference. Elizabeth Warren. It is. She's striking back, creating a rift in the Democratic Party that lots of donkeys would love to heal before the midterms. Speaking of which, is she right? Or is she just being a jackass? We'll talk about it next on The Independent.